This came in. I have another question. If sin equals transgression of the law, and this is interesting because, if you ever learned your catechism, which I'm trying to teach my son right now.
Oh, the Westminster,
Westminster Catechism. What is sin? Sin is any want of conformity unto or transgression of the law of God. So,
okay, go through that slowly, would you? So remember, just to set the tone, Westminster. This is Reformed theological curriculum for a person who's learning, whether it's a young child or an adult who's learning Reformed theology, to learn Scripture through the asking of very pointed questions that, such as for big categories, like what is sin? So it's kind of like, in some way, it's a dictionary, but it's a dictionary of what the Reformers identified as core themes or concepts that have to be grasped. That if you don't clarify a definition, that there's going to be room for wiggling around elsewhere. So what they're trying to do is say, if you're part of this confession, you have agreed to these definitions of terms.
Right. And so the other nice thing is that you have young children. So my son's 5. If you ask him, what is the chief end of man? And I've had to break that down for him. What is our goal as humans on earth? What's the meaning of life? The chief end of man is to glorify God and enjoy him forever.
Enjoy him forever. I love that.
He's got that one down. That's the first one in the catechism.
The chief aim or end, and it uses the word end, I think, in the chief end of man. Yeah. So that's the very first one, to enjoy him forever, to glorify God and to enjoy him forever.
So that's
such a big idea for a kid.
It's huge.
Like
he doesn't quite get it, but you know
what?
Mean
God gets the glory, and it goes on forever. And I haven't. There's somehow a benefit for me as the one glorifying God, that I get to enjoy God's grace and his glory and his love forever. Wow.
Well, the other thing is that even though he doesn't understand the fullness of what he's saying yet, for me, the catechism has actually been something that I've gone back to.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And, the catechism is all rested on Scripture, so they have scriptural verses that go with it. But anyway, the one that you wanted to hear slowly was
sin. Yeah.
What is sin? Sin is any want of transgression unto.
So what is that? No. What is want of?
Oh, I'm sorry. Any want of conformity unto.
Want of conformity means you've failed to obey. So that is transgression of an active, of a do. So any want of conformity
unto transgression of the law of God.
Right. So that covers both positive and negative commandments, what the rabbis call aseh velo lo ta'aseh. So the do commandment, that means God says do something and you failed to do it. That's the want of conformity to. You transgressed a positive commandment. Or lo ta'aseh, don't do, but you've transgressed it. You've done something you shouldn't. So even though it's not couched in rabbinic terms, the rabbis of the Talmud also, in broad terms, look at God's Torah as having positive and negative commandments. And so, anyway.
Don't miss any clips from Messiah Matters by clicking the subscribe button. Also, give this video a thumbs up and share it so other people can see it too.